Right?
Rogue has beaten Fnatic 3-2. I called it.
That's the first words of our new episode.
Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre.
Now you guys know who the real League degenerate in the group is, and it ain't me.
Yeah, it's you.
It's not
I could
me.
be a League degenerate too. I could reference League if I wanted to.
I couldn't. I haven't played it in so long.
Jinx!
Arcane, am I right, guys? Haha, Vi, epic lesbian. I haven't seen
Did you
Arcane
actually
yet.
watch it, or I'm just curious?
No, I haven't. I haven't watched it out of spite for League, but I've heard it's like an actually good show on its own merit.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd give it the Show of 2021 award.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it
Can you
deserves
guys in the
everything it
comments
has.
think about Arcane?
But that show is like hella League of Legends propaganda, and I hate how many people it's getting to play League of Legends. Makes me angry.
my friend was telling me it's a show that you can enjoy without actually liking League.
Yeah, but they had like a whole the way they advertised it with League was like, you like Arcane, play League on all over the internet, and then they were like, if you want extra Arcane lore, you got to do the League event promo. It was like, okay. I didn't like it, but I've heard the show is amazing, and it's like really well animated, and it's like explorative, and the story's great. So all the power to it.
That's spectacular spectacle. To be sure.
We're not here about Arcane, Tanhony.
Of course not. We're here for the game of Havoc Moon.
What was the last thing that happened in Havoc Moon? It's been 10,000 years. I forgot.
We were on the run.
Yeah. We had a hangover moment, and we didn't know what was going on.
We were on the highway, and we were driving away from a big demon.
Yeah, we had like another hangover, like a second one, where we were suddenly on the highway and we lost our senator.
Yeah.
And there was something behind us. Yeah, Tan, why don't you set the scene for us?
So, we had a bit of a cliffhanger last time. Let me get the music playing.
Yes.
As the enemy stand, this massive, bulking, demonic mass of like a humanoid tar with three glowing red eyes was throwing a car at you, and it was about to fucking land on all of you as you drove away.
Oh, dear.
How do you proceed?
So there's like a car about to fall on us, right? And if I remember, it was like me and Billy in the backseat, and it was like Iago driving, or was it Billy driving and Iago and me in the back?
Iago was driving.
Yeah, because Billy was using the portals to portal cars into the thing, which probably inadvertently killed a few people, innocent people on the highway. But
doesn't Billy also not have a driver's license or something?
Yeah, that was part of the reason. I was like, Iago's got to drive, because I can't.
So, if the car's about to fall on us, I want to summon Slothrust on top of the car, like on the back part, like so it's riding on it, and I want to hold its hands up both to like, because I mean Slothrust is strong, probably not strong enough for a whole car, but I'm hoping it can like push back and keep it from landing long enough while it's using its decay power to like decay the car until it will be nothing. Like as it's trying to land on us is my goal, just to buy us enough time till it can be.
And as backup, I am also going to send Head Like a Hole up there to open up portals on the top of the car, just in case any falling debris.
Hell yes.
Right. Okay, well, spend an AP to do these things.
I will. That's my favorite thing to do. I was just checking how much my max was. I put it under rolls.
Right, okay.
I also...
Sorry, please continue. Oh yeah, so you also did things. So as the car sort of degrades and rusts in midair, it begins to crumble into pieces, each of which a few bounce off the top of your roof of your car and dent it a little bit when they miss the portals, but the majority of these chunks fall into the portals and fill you up. As the rest of it sort of hailstones around the car, sort of kicking up, making you swerve a little bit as you drive forward.
Can Billy use his portals to do Gemini shotgun?
I mean, what do you mean by that?
Oh, you don't read Aetheral Space. Like, there's a character who can, like, take in projectiles and then shoot them back at people. Because I was wondering if now that you've absorbed these, you can, like, put it on the back of the car and shoot them behind us like an oil slick. Yeah.
That's exactly... I established when we were first talking about Head Like a Hole that objects that go in at the same velocity. Mm-hmm. So they come, like, since there's multiple portals open, they could go in the first few and come out the others I could kind of force them out at the same speed, relatively. I don't know if it'll be like enough to actually damage this thing, but yeah, I'll shoot the pieces of debris back at the stand with as much speed as they fell in, so it might not be.
It's okay. So I would take this as an attack then. Is that right?
I would say so.
It's time to roll initiatives.
Cool. Alright, that's speed plus dex, right?
It is though, yes.
D8 plus D6.
Enemy is an 11 by default.
7 for me.
11.
4.
Billy 11.
Yes.
Enemy. Hayden 7. I go 4. I assume Billy would go first because he has like the max dex.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so roll for damage.
I've been thinking, should we be making enemies reroll initiative too when we do at the top of each round?
Well, it's sort of fixed, really, because it's like... I guess maybe, but if it's a multiple enemy conflict, that is going to take ages.
Yeah, that's true. It's up to you. Ooh! Good hits! 16, that's a hit!
That is it. Roll for damage.
Kill his ass.
Oh, my bad. I forgot to roll for accuracy. That was damage. The 16 was damage. I'll roll for accuracy.
Pardon? Pardon?
Backwards. But will it hit, though?
Yeah.
Both my damage
King
and
Crimson, effective cause have been reversed.
So. Okay.
That just happened.
Yeah, I guess we could say that Billy has now trained his stand in a way where he can somewhat control the velocity of this shit. So yeah, he is Gemini shotgunning, as an Aetherial Spacehead would say.
Hell yeah.
Regard Slayers, grab your stun guns.
So how much? What's his defense? How much does 16 do to him?
So the defense of this enemy is 10, so it does 6 damage.
Not bad. He's
So yeah,
hurting.
it staggers mid-run as the minigun-like velocity shots from your portal slam into it. Parts of its arms like tear off. It is reduced to an oil slick on the floor, but a new one quickly re-emerges. Like the form of this thing is sort of self-maintaining, it seems, but it's very much sort of a gelatinous, half-liquid sort of being.
What does it look like again?
It's like a walking oil slick with 3 red eyes on top.
Ooh. Alright, and then you have a second action, right? Billy O.
Yes. But I did use head like a hole to open up the portals on the roof of the stand, so that might count as 2 actions, because I did that and then I attacked, so.
What say you, Tanhony?
I will allow it a second action here.
Okay. I mean, I'm not really sure what to do, because this thing isn't throwing anything at us, right? Like, we stopped the car. It's not like we're just on the roof and this thing's running, so I don't want to...
What if you put a hole, like if you could reach down with head like a hole to the ground, like behind where we're driving, and make a hole for him to like fall into, maybe?
Right, but where would he come out of? Like, that's the...
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
You don't know how it works?
Well, like,
Okay.
if you suck him in, then we can put him out in a situation that's advantageous for us. Like, over the
Well, I mean,
bridge.
Are there cars coming behind this thing still? Like, are there still people
It
driving?
seems people have sort of swerved over when they've seen what's going on here.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's understandable. I mean, yeah,
Well,
I'm
maybe
gonna
they can't see the stand, so it looks like you're just a crazy driver, to be honest. But
True. I will open up a portal then, directly beneath this thing's feet, like a little bit in front of him, so that he falls in, and I'm going to try to constrict him then, and maybe like hold him there enough for like a car to like run over him or something like that.
Ooh, that's good too.
right, okay. I'll count that. So, because of that, there'll be an accuracy roll for this, just to see if this hits. And if we do, it will count as like a status effect where we skip his next action basically. If you do this, he gets 1 action next turn.
Let me see
Okay.
where the status effects are. Maybe there's something Like we could decrease his speed or something. I don't know.
So yes, what's going to happen? That's hit. So he's only going to have one action in his next turn here.
Okay. I think a truck should hit him too, instead of just a regular car. Just have like an empty roll over him.
So he drops down.
We could give him. Oh, sorry,
I told you what's going to happen, Darnell.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
He drops down into the hole and sort of squeezes around his stomach, quote unquote, and he sort of roars, flailing. And as somehow Billy had predicted, you hear a truck horn go as it's approaching. As it sees, it's not quite sure what the truck driver sees, but clearly some sort of commotion from his perspective on the road anyway. And you see his shocked trucker face behind the wheels goes, Christ! And pushes the brake down.
Oh, Jesus.
But not quickly enough as it sort of scoots over the stand before skidding to a halt, leaving like a trail of this stand everywhere. It's not quite sure if that's actually damaged it here, but it seems to very much be discombobulated.
That puts it to its turn, right?
It does, though, yes. And there's like the puzzle version of it that reconvenes into like a humanoid form, staggering to its, well, not its feet, but sort of upper half of its body sticking out the hole. And you can see it's beginning to suck in breath in order to roar. And that will be what it's doing. It's sort of like charging an attack here.
Alright. How far away are we while it's in the hole and we're still driving? Like, how much distance is between us?
Well, have you stopped the car, or?
Aigo, are we still driving, or did you stop?
I imagined we were still driving in my head.
Yeah, we are trying to get away from this thing.
So yeah, you're building up distance. Right now it's like 8 meters away. It's going to be further.
8 meters. So that's outside of my stand's range. So I think what Slothrust tries to do is like one... I don't know if it has the strength for this, though. I gotta think about this. What car... Whose car are we in right now?
The one that we stole.
Oh, yeah. We don't know who it is, but it used to be someone.
For one action, I'm gonna have Slothrust, like, put its claws into the bottom of the trunk and yank it open, see if there's anything in there.
There's nothing but bloodstains.
What?
There's nothing but bloodstains.
Oh no. Okay, then I'm gonna have Slothrust yank off, like, the trunk thing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And try and, like, hold it in front of him, and it had, like, a hole in the car, like, as a shield, and brace for impact. And that's my turn.
Okay. And then it is next. Aigo, what will he do?
He's at a...
Since you're just driving, I do have an idea, if you want.
Aigo is open-minded.
Okay. And then
Backseat driving, literally.
Billy's gonna lean over and suggest to say, now, Aigo, I have an idea. Look, I know you're trying to get away from this thing, but what if we got closer to it?
That doesn't sound like that sounds like a bad idea.
Okay, just hear me out. And Billy's gonna make a portal on the front of like where we're driving, and another one like directly behind where this thing's trapped. So like Billy's got like holes all over him right now, but the way that I'm thinking this could work is like the car goes through and we portal directly behind where this thing's charging, and then maybe Slothrust can stab it with the truck or age it or something.
Oh yeah, or we could just run it over.
I mean, yeah, we could do that too, but like we've tried.
Is it small enough to be run over?
That's the thing. Like we've tried that with the truck and like the other cars. I think like directly like aging it with like using stand powers might actually do something to it.
I could give it a shot.
Okay.
What saith Tanhony though? Because I don't know if we have the actions for portals and whatnot.
I'll allow it because it's cool.
Havoc.
Please describe the process in full to me. Tell me how this happens.
Okay. We're going to drive directly into a portal and come out a portal behind the third portal where this thing's trapped in the hole and it's charging its attack or whatever. And then we're gonna, I don't know, Darnell's gonna do something, or Aego, or someone.
You know, you said it's like an oil slick, Aego. Maybe if we get in behind it, you can like freeze it with your bugs, and then we can run over it and shatter it into a bunch of pieces.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, especially maybe make sure it can't dodge via attack.
Yeah. That's typically how you fight goop monsters, if you didn't know, Tan, is you freeze them and shatter them. I read books.
Well. Let's see how it works out. So I'll roll it as an accuracy thing to begin with.
See, do this, do that.
You can do it, Aego.
Well, it definitely hits! Oh. One of these hits, one of them does not. What does this mean?
What if we consider the fact that he's trapped in the hole? Would Aego get a +1 for that, which would put him exactly at 11? I'm just saying.
You lawyer?
No? Alright. So what does this look like then, Tan?
So the portal's open in perfect position, but Aego's part does not quite make it. But the portals are still open to
I'd like to blame a mechanical failure on the automobile's part.
Well, Aego, you have a second.
You're about to do it.
You have a second action, so you could try one last time.
I believe Aego will kick the inside of the car, then slap on like the throttle again.
Yes.
Right, so
Aego.
I think
backfires again harder.
Can't Slothrush just like decapitate this thing with
as you're about to do it, the hydraulics in the car malfunction and begins bouncing.
Oh shit! This guy.
A better car.
It's like one of those modified cars, and it just starts doing the weird, Grand Theft Auto music plays.
Right. Okay. It is now Billy O's turn. Billy Zero's turn, more like.
Oh wait, don't we re-roll initiative now? Top around.
Oh yes, you do.
Foolish Tan. This system's convoluted. Ooh, I got a 12.
Like the easiest. Holy shit!
Alright, what'd you get, Aego?
Wait, you cut for a second. Can you repeat?
Oh, can you roll Dex plus Speed
Oh, Dex plus Speed, okay.
for initiative again? $14, so you even go before me this time. Alright, so Billy O back at the top of the order.
Okay, so we went through the portals, and I guess we're like, Tan, are we circling around this now that
Yes.
And then Hayden and Billy are on top of the car, and Hayden's still holding the thing, the car thing, the trunk.
Yeah, I'm holding like the lid of the trunk in Slothrust's hands.
Okay,
he's got it braced as a shield at the moment.
All right. In that case, I'm just gonna do I'm gonna turn to Hayden. I'm gonna say, Hayden, I need you to put that thing into my portal, and I'm gonna open a portal and have Slothrust launch it as fast as possible, and then open another portal like directly under this thing's head.
So should we do like Billy O's accuracy roll and my damage roll?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Let's do it. My damage roll strength plus power plus 1, so that's D8 plus D12 plus 1.
That's my accuracy.
Ah!
Did not quite make it.
Alright, how much damage do I do to the environment? 11.
So it's the environment. That's a strange one. I've not heard that one before.
Do I like put a pothole in the road or smack another car?
Yeah, you put a pothole in the road. Someone's gonna have an accident later.
Welcome to Missouri.
Welcome to Missouri.
Oh, you just doxed yourself, Darnell.
Oh no.
We're gonna destroy Missouri to get Darnell.
No. Alright, Billy, what you doing for your second action, boy?
Well, we lost. I don't know. We lost the one like projectile. I mean, I guess literally the only thing that I'm thinking, like, where did the trunk go? Did it just miss? Like,
Yeah, where is the trunk?
Well, it missed. Let's say it goes flying off into the air.
okay,
Boomerang.
not within retrievable distance, is it?
No, the creature sort of looks at it as it flies past.
Well, we're screwed now. Maybe is there any debris that's in the surrounding area? Like anything we
There's
can
chunks
use?
of roads, still some sort of decaying chunks of that car from before.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I could try to portal some of the chunks of car back onto the car that we're standing on. Like, I mean, that's at least something that maybe Hayden can use.
Sounds good.
Because I don't have anything. I don't have any velocity or anything to launch back at this thing. Or I don't know. I'm hoping that Slothrus can come in clutch here because I'm pretty much out because my stand isn't very.
I mean, I can go next if you want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass then.
So we're right behind this thing now, right? Like right behind it.
Yeah.
Within.
Sort of swiveling in place to like try and keep you all within its gaze.
All right. So if it's
Behind,
within,
I don't know how much of a notion that is in this case.
well, if it's within range, like we're getting close, like we're about to hit it, Slothrus will reach out and try to slash it with its claws for an attack roll, and then like assuming it touches, I'll also have it try to use its power to age it. So is he in range to do that, or is he still too far?
He is, yeah.
Okay. So that's D8 plus D12 minus 1, which means it's unlikely I will hit. We'll see. 15!
You hit, roll for damage.
Okay, so D8 plus D12 damage. And I'm going to say it's going to be, for effect, because this is how the aging works, it's going to be poison, poison 6. So if I do at least 6 damage, its strength is reduced by a die size, and it ages. If it doesn't, then it only ages slightly, and there's no like debuff. And then it needs like a heal roll of 6 or higher to get rid of that. Yeah, that's how we decided it works, because it's kind of hard to decide what aging is. Poison made the most sense because like you get frailer as you get older.
How do you? Can we give him Scarlet Rot too?
I wish. Right, so
May your flesh be consumed.
So I deal 14 damage, which is over 6, so it'll be like 14 minus his defense, and then the die of his strength goes down a size. So if it's like D10, it's D8, or if it's D8, it's D6. And he should age in theory. I don't know if he's like immune to it because he's oil or something, or if his owner will age.
See some of the oil like grow a bit grey and worn down looking, but it could like more oil washes over it, so you don't know if it's going to be that noticeable in terms of appearance at least. But it does visibly slow down a little bit.
Hopefully, it affects the owner. So how much defense does it have again?
Well, its defense is 10.
Okay, so it took 4 damage from that, and it had 6 before. So how's it looking?
It's looking very worn down on its last legs.
All right, and then. Does aging and attacking count as 2 separate actions?
I'll allow you one more action.
Okay, I'll just do the same thing again then. I'll try to swipe at it / age it. So D8 plus D12 minus 1, 16 to hit. And I'll do a poison 8 this time. So that's 13 damage. So its strength goes down another die. It ages more, and I believe that's 3 more damage.
Yes, and it looks all but dead. It looks like that's just collected into a pile of like liquid.
All right, that's it for my turn.
but
Oh.
it is still taking in that breath from before charging this attack.
Wait, I fucked up. I think Stigma was
Oh,
supposed to go
sorry,
before me. I'm
Stigma.
so sorry, Stigma. Stigma.
But Bill Yell passed, so I was like, he's transferring the torch.
Alright, well, at least now you get the finishing blow, Iago. Its strength is down 2 sizes, so hopefully that'll help.
So
You
as I
could,
mentioned,
you could roll the window down and like drive-by style execute him.
Do it.
right, so who's going now then?
Iago, he should have actually gone next, but I forgot. That's my bad. Because Iago rolled higher on initiative. What are you doing, Stigma?
He's lagging, it says. The voices sound robotic. He's hearing voices. No.
He's mentally insane.
Alright, testing.
Yes, are you back?
Alright, nothing happened between you saying, oh no, it's Iago's turn and...
Yeah,
now,
sorry. Yeah. We were just saying, what do you want to do?
Alright, okay, so...
Because you should have gone before me, but at
No,
least now you can
I'm-
finish him off.
you know, Alright, it looks like it's on its last goopy legs, so I think, we gotta do what we do with all charging attacks.
Oh.
I think, Flaming Lips will, descend as a swarm and try to, like, sort of breeze up, like, a blast cone, like, around the part, like, where it's charging its attack. So the idea is, like, it'll, like, blow itself up with its own attack.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Right, so you mean with this attack that's charging, you like make it try and go back on it?
Yeah, basically.
Right, okay. So it's taking this deep breath and it releases this attack. And instead of any kind of blast or anything like that, it seems to just roar, strangely enough.
Oh.
But the second you hear that roar, your mind goes fuzzy for a second. And when you come to, you are no longer on the highway.
Oh, son of a...
Oh, we should have just attacked it.
I
You
wanted a
all-
cool finisher.
You all seem to be standing on the roof of a skyscraper, in fact.
Well,
Is it the one from before where we had, like, the zombies?
It does not seem to be there, no. It's just
What?
like an office building.
what time is
Wait,
it?
so
Quickly check. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Did we deal with this thing, or did it like teleport us instantly?
You got time skipped again.
Right. Okay.
All right, but in the time, would we have not about to been run him over and killed him?
We don't know.
we have to find that out.
You're all
Alright.
stood on the rooftop. Billy, you have a cell phone to your ear. It's not your cell phone. The door to this roof seems to be barricaded from your direction. You can see the senator again. He is now tied up once again on the floor.
Oh
and
no!
there seems to be a news helicopter circling above you.
And
Okay.
this isn't the that we were in.
Oh, sorry?
This is not the same building that we
You're on
started.
top of a skyscraper now, and you don't know this place.
I checked my cell phone. What's the date and time? How long has it been since last skip?
It's the same date, but it's like 10 minutes to midnight now.
What time was it before in the car? Like 7?
I don't remember the exact time. Yeah, they're around 7 or so.
Okay, so... Okay, I don't know what's happened, but at the very least, I aged that guy, we fucked that thing up. The owner should be pretty damn messed up. Is the senator, like, gagged?
He is there, yeah.
I'm quickly on time. I'm like, what happened? You have to tell us what happened.
Oh, where am I? What's going on?
Oh, come on. Senator, you
Really,
know us.
did
We talked.
No, it does seem to be a voice from the other end of your cell phone. The demands are outrageous. We'll never agree. We'll put the senator on the phone.
My cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Billy's gonna look at it. And he's gonna be like, "Oh, a phone? Hayden, I don't know how to
I'm
use.
playing games.
Hayden,
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know how to use one of these. I don't. I use the old ones. This is the new one. It's nothing like
Give it to Iago.
Do I-
He's great at new phones.
Iago here.
Who's that? My name's Samuel.
You again. You sound different.
Yeah, deal with it.
I've spoken to the chief of police. Your demands are outrageous. We'll never agree. That's...
Yeah, what demands are these which was
You know damn well.
Oh yeah, maybe I want. It had one more argument.
I'm like trying to slap the senator awake. This is the same guy, right? That we like talked to.
But yeah.
It's like, dude, come on, we're on your side, buddy. Wake up! What's happening?
Maybe a little bit more worn down, but definitely the same guy.
I don't have a water skin. This isn't D&D.
Igo drops a few flaming lips down his back like ice cubes. Hopefully they wake him up.
No, I need that to support my body.
Longhorn.
Just cold bugs.
It's me, Longhorn. It's your buddy. I need you to remember what's happened. Why did we apparently kidnap you again? What's going on?
I don't know. Why do you keep doing this to me?
Listen, we told you we're not in control. We don't. Okay. Do you remember back at the school? Yeah, when I untied you and we all escaped together.
Yes, of course.
I don't know what happened, but somehow we lost you in the in-between, and then time skipped again, and now you're kidnapped. We don't want to hurt you. We just want to be free. Just work with us, please. What do you remember? What do you remember?
In the school, there was a noise, and then for maybe 10 minutes I was in some sort of box. I'm here. I don't like this.
Okay, it's okay. I untie him. I go, listen, Longhorn. You
kindly.
Just help us out. We're a team, all right? I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to steal from you. I just want to go home with my friends and sleep soundly. And we don't know what's happening, so please, I need you to think for a second. Can't you remember anything?
I was inside a fucking box. What do you want me to remember?
Okay, what did you hear when you were in the box?
It sounds of fighting.
Fighting, okay. No words. What, like slashing or roaring or chomping?
Roaring, maybe?
Did you hear the sound of 50 million cars on the highway getting smashed into one another?
Oh yes, I remember that distinct sound.
Okay, so you were in someone's car but not ours, and we got you back, I guess. But why are we holding you hostage and for what? But you're experiencing these time skips too, yeah? Like these holes in your memory.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know, I can't remember.
Of course you can't. So I have a theory, and that theory is that maybe this guy's stand is the oil slick and it's like independent of him. Is there like a distinct feeling we have when our stand is active, like a tingling in our brain or something?
Well, you sort of have an awareness, but that could be just an effect of you knowing that you've brought it out, rather than something like intrinsic.
Right, okay. Alright, well...
Like, I don't know, because, like, he wasn't with us on the highway.
Mm-hmm. He was in someone else's trunk, apparently. He said he was in a box and he heard the noises.
Well, he could have been in our trunk. We just did.
We checked. I pulled the trunk open. Remember? There was nothing in there but bloodstains.
He could have been in like a he could have been invisible or something. I don't know. He could have been in that location.
I think he would have fallen out of the car and we would have heard his like moaning. I think he was in someone else's trunk and we were probably chasing after them on the highway, and I guess we got him back. I don't know. I genuinely don't know if Tan's like saying we're under someone else's control in these time skips, or if our characters have a genuine reason to keep kidnapping him, especially after the school scene. I'm just so baffled. You guys know me, okay?
We're all still there. What's going on? Where's the senator? The voice comes from Igo's phone. Well, I say Igo's phone. The phone Igo's holding.
You guys know me. I know I normally have a plan, but I'm really lost and scared right now. Can one of you take over for a second? I just need a minute, and I kind of sit down next to Senator Longhorn.
I think I go. Yeah, you know, we got one nice cop in Mr. Right. We need a bad cop.
Yeah, evil Igo.
Igo kneels down. He like covers the phone with his hand for a second. He says, "All right, Senator, we've been treating you well, haven't you? You know, all your limbs are still there. You're not cut up.
I'm suffering.
You're doing well. Capiche?
My heartbeat has slowed.
Yeah, that's good for your health at this age.
Oh, okay.
Now, Senator, repeat after me. I'm doing great. And he he doesn't show. Wait, is the senator blindfolded?
No.
No, I untied him from everything. He's just like sitting.
Dagnabbit. All right. He's not. He's gonna like take his hand off the phone, but like he's not gonna. He's gonna try to do it inconspicuously. I'm doing fine, and then he takes his hand off.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Okay, he places his hand back on it. I'm in the prime of my life, and he like tries taking his hand off again.
In the prime of my life?
Not. Aigo's nodding. Good.
Well, I already know that. I've got a model for a wife and a mansion in Malibu, baby.
I hate this guy. I changed my mind. String him up.
That'll be a great quote.
With Wilson Phillips movement.
That'll be a great quote for re-election.
Oh, I'm going to make it for re-election. Not much was assured from the start.
Why are you running again, Senator?
What do you mean, why? I want to be senator.
Didn't you describe it as like the most modern position, like bland possible?
Yeah.
Just like some generic. He has no
politics.
Yeah, he has no values. He just wants to be a senator, man.
Ever since I was a young boy, I dreamed of senatorial accolades. And now I got him, baby! Hey!
I'd like to note his outbursts are on record right now.
Oh no!
I think Billy's gonna put his hand to his chin, he's gonna scratch it, and he's gonna go, Iago, maybe we should just turn this guy in. I mean, what could we lose from it?
Get arrested for life.
I mean, we could evade cops. It's like, what are we doing protecting him?
Well, clearly...
I agree. You should let me go.
Whatever is going on with these time skips, for some reason, when we're not conscious, we think that he needs to be kidnapped. I don't get it. I don't know if there's some god playing games with us, but even after what happened to the school, apparently he's necessary. Here, give me the phone.
All right, and he tosses it.
Listen, police chief, guy on the other end.
Samuel, I take it.
Yeah, Samuel.
The last guy wasn't you.
Listen, I don't know what's going on. I just want you to explain what were our demands. I hit my head real bad.
You're kidding. $10 million in a helicopter out of here? Are you insane?
$10 million in a helicopter.
Okay. I don't know, Hayden. I think that sounds like something that we would demand.
Forget the money. Forget all of that.
Well, of course I'm paying the money.
What? Wait, what?
I'm getting the money. You're not getting $10 million.
Yeah, look, you can have the senator back if you just promise us we can go and you give us a means to leave. That's all we want.
I promise you can leave for the garage.
What? No, none of this horseshit where it's like you can leave the garage and then the cops surround us. Just give us a helicopter or like a really fast car. Take the senator. We don't want money. We just want to leave. We don't know what's going on. All right. Believe it or not, we don't. And it's too hard to explain. So just fucking do that, and you can have him back. We don't want him.
You hear him talking to someone else about prosecuting. Sounds like they're on some kind of drugs. A helicopter, you say?
It can even be a car. Just ensure we can get out of here. I don't care. But don't try to screw us over for your own safety. We don't want anyone to get hurt. We don't want to hurt the senator. We don't want to hurt you or your men. Don't do anything stupid.
That's not what you were saying before.
Look, we don't know what we were saying before. I know you don't believe us. We were on some new drugs, okay? And we lost ourselves. That's what happened. So just, we're clean-headed now. Clearly we got on something bad. We're never going to do drugs again. We just want to leave and never come back.
They're not going to let us go, Hayden.
Well, what else am I supposed to say? I mean, truly, what are we supposed to do? And Hayden's, like, losing it.
We do have a lawyer. I mean, we could just get arrested.
I don't think that's gonna do us us any good when they have proof we have the senator? And he's all beaten up and they're going to have a senator's testimony and caught us red-handed? I mean, I ain't no shade, but I don't think you're going to have a great statement for that.
You say this, you do remember there is the news helicopter still like recording you.
Look, just let us go.
You're having a breakdown on national television.
I am, dude. What do you expect? I was playing League of Legends 2 weeks ago. Now I'm fighting for my motherfucking life.
Hey, everyone needs at least one in their life, right?
Needs one what?
At least one mental breakdown on national television.
Damn.
Look, I've been on the local news many times, okay?
Well, maybe not all of us have to get in trouble. Look, you guys...
Actually, not discussing this, by the way. You do receive 2 texts in rapid succession.
Oh, shit. Fuck me.
Oh,
Okay, what did I say?
So you get these nearly simultaneously, all 3 of you.
Okay. A big one to be sure. Task done, you are so good. Wait, I looked back at the same phone number. What have the tasks been saying so far?
So this is the latest one. So
what was before it? Like, have there been any in all these time skips?
No.
That we okay.
So you just got a task, and then but you've already done it. So
okay.
I'm sorry. What are the texts that we got? I didn't get one.
Oh, it's in general.
It's in general chat. A new task for you. Appear on national television. Task done. You're so good. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking, guys. And I kind of yank them into a huddle so I can whisper, and hopefully the helicopter won't hear it. Not all of us need to get in trouble. I'll confess. I'll take the blame. You two take that time to sneak out the back and get the fuck out of here. You can break me out later. You can figure out what's going on. But clearly, this isn't going to work if one of us doesn't take a fall. So,
are you sure?
Here's our story. We were high on drugs. I was aggressive, made you take the drugs. I orchestrated this all. I'm insane. You want nothing to do with it if you're questioned. All you want to do is leave. I racketeered this. I'll confess that I stole the senator, whatever else. You guys just need to either get out with minimal legal trouble or you need to sneak out while I take the heat. Come back for me when you can. Figure out what is going on. And I'm trusting you guys with my life on this, okay? So I need to know that you have my back.
Hayden, I don't want to leave you, buddy. I can't.
We don't have a fucking option! The news helicopter's here, the police are at our back! We don't even know what we're fighting! I mean, we threw everything we had at that goddamn oil slick, and what did that get us? Back here! I'm tired, guys! I'm just tired! Alright?
I go slaps Hayden. Get a hold of yourself, Hayden. You can't just turn yourself in. That prison veil keep you alive.
I'm...
a legend.
Before I met you guys, I was a loser, okay? I got scared of my future and my life, and I gave up, and I just sat in my room all day. But ever since you guys became my friends, you know, I mean, it's been scary, but it's been an adventure, and it's been fun. You two have too much to lose. Billy, you have infinite possibilities before you. Iego, you're a lawyer. I'm not going to take that all away from you. I, at least, don't have anything else to lose. I mean, after my brother, there's nothing left for me. And, I mean, with my family's wealth, I'm sure I can make bail if I plead insanity or something. You guys, it's up to you now. Just let me do this. Let me be of use for once to somebody. And then you guys figure this out. You guys bust me out or clear my name. And then we can all go home and forget this ever happened.
Look, Hayden, I understand what you're trying to do, but this is my infinite possibility. This is what I've decided on, too. And if you want me to go back and talk to some other people and try to figure out what to do, I understand that, but you can't be left alone. At least have Iego with you.
Well, but
you know,
lawyer.
Billy O solo adventure?
You know, Hayden.
Talk to Radiohead or someone, or figure out what to do. I don't know, but we can't just leave you.
Well, you're not leaving me. You're going to come back, right? That's why I'm trusting you guys.
Yeah, but you would be alone. We wouldn't have any way to talk to you.
Hey, would I really be alone? And then Slothrust appears over my shoulder. Like, come
He's still creepy.
He's so creepy, but I'm starting to get used to him. Now, come on.
Fucking creepy.
Come on, guys. I got this. And then I take up the phone. I'm like, all right, I've got the senator. I'm bringing him back. Full surrender. Just know that this was all my fault, okay? I made them take the drugs. I did all this shit. My friends, they don't know what's going on. Just let them go. I take full blame and confess all of my crimes. That's all I ask. That is what I tell the cop over the phone.
Very well. Make your way to the bottom floor. We'll receive you there.
Yes, sir. And I hang up, hand the phone back, and I'll be off with Senator Longhorn.
Right, okay. So, you're going to go into the bottom floor. So how exactly are you other two going to like make your exit?
That's
like,
up
what's
to
your
them.
route out of here?
I believe in my boys. It's up to them.
There is the possibility of parkour. Of course, you go across the roofs, but in that case, the news helicopter is going to see that.
We
Billy,
could. Yes.
Alright, remind me, it's been a while. How far can your portals go again?
About as far as I can see.
Alright, and then I was gonna point at some random small building off in the distance. What about there?
His range is D12, so he should be able to go... Let me look up how range works again. I think it's like 36 or 48 meters, something crazy.
Yeah, it's I have the. Let's see. The range is a D12.
Yeah, and then it's like times 3 meters or something. I'm trying to find it.
Okay. And if that doesn't work, I could just I have another idea.
Go for it. Character stats, range. The range equals thrice the size of the diameter. So yeah, 36 meters is how far you can make a portal. So that's like 36 meters to feet. That's like 118 feet. That's pretty far. It's like a third of a football field.
Right,
All right.
okay.
It looks like I can make it, Aego. Are you sure?
Well, I could, make a slide for us down the skyscraper, but I don't think that'd end very well. Maybe with a splat.
That, and it would probably be seen.
That too.
I mean, could you do it like Portal the game, where you make a portal on the ground, jump off, then make another one on the wall, shoot across, and then have the bugs like glide you down?
Well, we could just I could just open one on the building that's in the distance and open one on the floor, and we could just get there instantaneously. Like that's
door.
Like okay.
Wait, why do we even let Hayden surrender when we can just portal out like that?
Because they're gonna keep chasing us forever. This at least gives you time to figure out what's been happening and who we're fighting. Otherwise,
every time we tried to like escape, the time skip has happened. So
yeah. So I'm just gonna take responsibility for the crime, so the cops will be off at least, and then I just have to hope you guys, for some reason, don't kidnap him again in the next time skip, or else fuck everything and fuck this arc. Because I don't even know. One thing you might want to do, one thing I would recommend, Hayden would recommend, if you don't think of it, is, hey, while you guys are investigating, keep a phone or a camcorder on the whole time. That way at least you can watch back what happens if time skips again.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, well, Billy will show some hesitation before leaving, and he's going to look over his shoulder and take head like a hole out, and they're both going to give Hayden a little knowing nod and a wave as he opens the portal, one below his feet and one across the building, and kind of pull on Aego's shoulder to go down.
Alright, he will go.
Alright, Longhorn, looks like it's just you and me, buddy. Let's get you home. And I straighten up his suit a little bit. I know he's like clearly roughed up. Pat him on the shoulder.
You're a real American.
Yeah, I know you probably don't believe me. I don't know what's happening anymore, but I'm sure you've had it just as rough as the rest of us, so let's just get you safe. I'll take the heat. I don't care. Just be gentle with me, if you have any say in this.
I don't imagine that I will, but I'll do my best to clear your passage. You've done the right thing, young man.
Yeah.
Hey, don't pat you on the back.
Let's go, Senator. I'm sure your family's been waiting for you.
Oh, yes, my Model Y back in Malibu.
She's sleeping with another dude.
No, never. Never at all. Alright, kill her. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Damn, not so moderate anymore.
Alright, yeah. This building seems to not be occupied at the moment, so it's a quiet walk down the stairwell to the bottom floor.
Yep.
If you have anything you want to say or do here, this is probably a good time.
I plead the fifth. I just put my hands over my head, do what the cops say, and vamoose.
Yeah, so as you reach the first floor, you're bursting, SWAT teams clearing rooms and everything to make sure you've got no allies waiting in the wings. You're sort of knocked down to the floor, your arms handcuffed behind your back as people sort of scream your rights at you.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is sort of a blur as you're taken into the police station. As you do, as you're brought into the cells, it seems they've got like a special cell for you, like they've cleared out everyone else for maximum security. You see the police chief who believed in you, and rather than tell Johnny to let him go, you see him shake his head slowly and
No! That's how I know I'm truly lost. Johnny's like, should we let him go, sir? And he just shakes his head.
No.
Not this time.
Sights.
That's actually the reason the police is cleared, because he lets everyone else go except me.
And you're thrown into a cell to spend who knows how long until they figure out how to get you where you're going next. Meanwhile, Igo and Billy, how is your escape going?
Well, I assume we just portaled to the other building and we can get away from there without issue.
Well, yeah. So, but what I mean more is like, what's your next step? What are you gonna do?
Okay. Well, I mean, at this point, are we allowed to get like a distance away from the skyscraper? And I'm assuming we're still in Malay, right?
Yeah, you're still in the city. You're in like the main
And
business district.
We are just walking through like secluded alleyways. I'm assuming we ditched the tuxedos, and like Billy's like pretty pissed off right now. So I guess we could just take it from there.
He's really gone. Oh,
And he's gonna punch a wall, and head like hole's gonna come out and also punch the wall. God damn it! We shouldn't have done that, Iago.
I never thought he had it in him.
I didn't think you would do that too, but God, there was nothing else we could have done, was there? I mean, fuck, he just turned himself in.
I think we made a mistake.
We couldn't have. There was nothing else we could have. The most we can do is go back and try to get a handle on the situation, and maybe talk to Alexis, because he mentioned something about her. I don't know what to do, man. I really didn't want it to come to this.
Think, and then
Do you have any ideas, Iago? I know you're a lot smarter than I am.
all right. We got two paths open to us. One, we break Hayden out the good old-fashioned way. Two, we break him out the legal way.
I mean,
Now,
do we even know where he's going to be held?
I mean, it's gotta be public, doesn't it? We can't just keep it, Wait. Oh, Hayden's typing.
What could he be typing? This guy is exerting his pressure to give ideas.
Just an idea. I mean, you guys don't have to do that.
I mean, it would be smart. But I was going to suggest that we go to, or at least we try to find the whereabouts of Alexis or Radiohead.
I think that's another good one. Yeah, because this all started because we were trying to get Radiohead from being auctioned, and then before we got there,
Alexis broke in and fucked things up.
Yeah. That's all we know of it. And another interesting thing is apparently the senator in last session, he was aware of what had happened in the in-between, but this time he wasn't. He was also affected by the time skips.
Right.
Because he was the one who informed us about Alexis at the first.
Right. Probably because we talked to him and tried to like actively escape with them, I'm assuming. But yeah, no. All right. I mean, Billy is going to suggest then just going back home and recuperating and trying to figure out things from Radiohead's perspective. I don't think it's a good idea to go break Hayden out immediately.
Oh, of course not.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess you could come back to the Chinese place. Unless you want to stay at your place, I don't know. You still haven't let me in your house yet. There you go.
Well, Oh, I can't even bring Igo can't even bring himself to say something snappy about like how Hayden's a parasite.
No, his comebacks are usually so good.
No, I can't believe it.
He's just devastated. He knows he should have been the one to turn.
We're gonna pour it on a little bit. It's gonna start raining now.
Come on over, Billio. House will be lonely without someone else there.
Do you at least want me to shower beforehand?
Yes.
Oh, well, it's a good thing it just started raining.
Damn.
What a terrible day for rain.
Billio's first shower in 2 weeks.
Unprecedented world record.
All right, so I guess we could go to Aego's house, or where we can time jump a few days and figure out what we're gonna do from there. Maybe.
Well, maybe not. Let's go to the house. It feels strange and empty about all three of you, but it feels almost like an alien place now. Like this is not how the way it's meant to be. Like, the rain battering against the windows, the news, just non-stop stories about the three mysterious individuals who kidnapped the Sen, and one of them has been caught, their identity not yet disclosed. The sort of blurry pictures of you all on a skyscraper recurring again and again, even on Twitter.
Billy's gonna
Twitter.
flop on the couch and lay down.
Oh, camera does that. 20 pounds.
I think you look pretty accurate.
Thanks.
Hold on, this is all. I just noticed Tan's Mimi posted in general. Teacher asked her class, "What is sex?"
There you go. Did you? I don't know, man. Did you text message something or anything?
Did we have the phone / contact numbers for Alexis?
You did, yes. She contacted you.
All right. Yeah, I sent some text to Alexis asking for a meeting.
She agrees. You get a text back. First, she says this.
She says sex is a temptation caused by a sensation where a boy sticks his location. I'm just kidding. Alexis would never say the word sex.
How about that?
Oh, there you go. Very has like full punctuality on its text messages.
Aigo's comebacks are always best
This
over
guy
text.
plays Word Farm Adventure.
He does. He's a word farmer from way back.
What the heck is a word farmer?
He wouldn't get it.
Okay, Joker.
You wouldn't get it. What's she saying?
Can't you read? You passed third grade, like, English.
The text don't
You
come
can't
on
say that with
iPhone,
such
bro.
confidence. It's
Alexis, for those of you listening who aren't looking at the screen, Alexis said,
Oh, right,
did you guys get away? Is that you on the news? Aigo said, no, it's some other handsome lawyer and his sidekicks. Yes, of course it's us. And Alexis said, you want to meet? I can be at your place in 20.
Are you sure you want to have a girl over, Aigo? God knows when the last time that was.
Babe, come over. I can't, I'm saving Radiohead, but I'm alone. Cartoon running sound effects. Come ASAP, we got stuff to discuss, says Aigo.
Probably takes around more like 25 minutes than 20. But she does arrive. She does not knock. She just opens your front door and steps in, covered in rainwater, and sort of flopping it like a dog trying to shake off rain. What's up? Only two of you?
Well, didn't you
turned
watch
himself in.
Shit. So it wasn't some other handsome lawyer and his sidekicks. Well, what's the plan then? We're gonna bust your friend out, right?
And Billy's gonna
First.
kind of come up to Alexis and be like, "Listen, can you just explain to us what happened? There's been some time fuckery going on, and none of us have any idea what happened at that auction house. Literally, we don't remember it." And Billy's gonna kind of try to recollect in a Billy way, as best what he thinks the events were of the past day or so to Alexis, so she's caught up to.
What I remember is we decided we got information and you were coming, so we decided against the undercover approach. But they had more stones than we were expecting. We got separated when they repelled us. And then I didn't hear from you till now.
They had stands, correct? At the auction house.
The
Do you
guards
remember
did, yeah.
any of them? Was there
What's-
like maybe a big goop monster?
There might have been. There was a lot of shit there, to be honest.
What's interesting is whatever made us miss our memory, this was before the big confrontation. So something intercepted us before we got there and things went to shit already.
What do you mean? How do you mean?
Well, we saw what happened when it roared at the highway. We remember everything up to it roared and then we disappeared, right? But we don't remember the fight we had with Alexis. So before that fight even started, someone had targeted us with the ability.
Something happened.
Yeah. Even before the fight. So someone was like tracking us or was ready for us or came to intercept us before we reached the House of Superliminalism. Because remember, we were driving there and then next thing we know, we're in the school. So something caught us for some reason.
But we don't remember driving there.
You do not know.
Yeah, we just remember like we were on our way and then it happened, right?
Right.
Tan, can you remember what the last thing was before the schoolyard we were doing?
I believe you had been talking with Chad Rockhill.
Oh yeah, like we made the plan and then it happened. So something intercepted us with Chad then. So where was it that we were intercepted with Chad? It was like at a public pool?
Yeah, but because in the school we called Chad, and remember, because I got the rats to come over, and he told us that we were going to the House of Superliminalism, because I don't think anything happened with Chad, because he seemed fine.
Ask him if he heard a roar, or if he recalls anything after we were talking that was strange.
Bad? I'm like 90% certain we talked to him. I mean, like, I have some, like, stuff that I need to ask Alexis first, but...
Yeah, for sure. Sorry. I'm just, like, trying to figure out. Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, okay, I guess back to the thing. So Alexis said that she left midway, as they were under attack, they had to retreat?
Yeah.
Okay, who did you take? It was you. Who else?
You and me and you, us guys, we were grouped up to try and get Radiohead back.
What happened? Did we get Radiohead back?
We didn't. Like I said, they got more stands than we expected, and they repelled us. We had to run for it. Try again another day, you know?
So Radiohead is still out there, correct?
As far as I know.
Oh my god.
You know what the fucked up thing about this is too, Billy? Because you weren't here for that campaign, but Radiohead is like the counter to the stand we're experiencing, because he like sprays dust on something and then you can see the memories related to it when you scratch it off, so he'd be able to like...
Yeah, no, we might have to get Radiohead before we get you.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I'm thinking too, because he's the one who would like counter this ability, because he could tell us what's been happening.
Alexis, what do you know about Senator Longhorn? He was just a guy that was there, right?
As far as I know. I mean, I didn't know he was... Who's Senator Longhorn? He's a guy?
Yeah, he's a guy.
Didn't he say he won the bid on Radiohead, and then we got him or something?
Yeah. He's the guy that tried to bid on Radiohead, and he won, and I guess that's when all hell broke loose. And somehow, like I was telling you earlier, we ended up kidnapping him.
Well, he's a senator, and he's second name's Longhorn, I guess. That's about it.
If I had to guess, I'm thinking maybe the reason we kidnapped him and kept ransoming for money is we were trying to buy Radiohead. But then, why would we still try to do that even after we like clearly built empathy and rapport with him after the first time skip? Like, why would our brains revert to that? Something must have reminded us in the interim of that. So someone's been talking to us in some way. That or we have like a different personality when we're out of consciousness.
I think it's more that, but I think we're not going to get any information on it without like direct action from like Radiohead.
Right.
So yeah. All right, Alexis. Chad, the Rat Man. You know about him, right?
Yeah, I told you about him.
Right, exactly. So was he involved in this in any way? Because I told you, I talked to him earlier and he seemed fine. He wasn't...
Well, he told us what Radiohead was, and that was it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Alright, Alexis, what do you say we go down to the House of Superliminalism and try to see where Radiohead's whereabouts are? He might still be there if the auction was a bust, like you said it was.
It's a bad idea to do that alone, you hear from the doorway. Someone else appears to be standing on the porch now. It's a familiar voice, but not... Yeah, the porch of the door. I just left it open when she came in.
Oh no,
There's
wait.
water on your carpet. There's water going on your carpet.
Yeah, this is a public space now, apparently.
If you want to get in there, you need someone who's got the intel. Luckily for you, and as the person steps forward, you see it is Bradley Wright with a bandage as an eye patch.
Oh, fuck.
I'm here.
No. I'm not working. No! Hey, you gotta put a stop to this. We are not working with him.
I goes like holding up a hand towards Billy. Look, I don't like this ass any more than you do, but you know, I think maybe. I
You
think
look a lot more tired and gaunt than last time you saw him.
He was such a prick to Hayden, though. I feel...
Let's be honest. I'm not trying to do this out of some sort of brotherly love. The House Superliminalism's got money, which I'm thinking about robbing it from them. You want something from them? I want something from them.
What the hell's your beef with them? Shouldn't you be homeless right now?
I am actually. I live in a box.
Does he have any stubble on him?
He has a stubble of poverty, very visible.
Can you smell the alcohol on his breath?
No.
Can we smell the cocaine on his breath?
No, I can't even afford cocaine anymore.
How low you've fallen.
I know, I used to eat the stuff for breakfast.
Alright, Bradley.
I used to be a champ. That's short for champion, by the way.
Look, Bradley, I think we could get over your little past grievances and actions towards us if you could just help us out and explain what exactly happened with your company. Did the house buy it? I don't know what's happening. This is so confusing. There's too many names.
Well, my immense talent and expertise was necessary to stop the vultures from descending upon it. All the other companies I may have stepped on just a little bit. So once I lost my stand, I was kind of fucked. But I'm not taking it personally. I don't hold grudges, you son of a bitch.
You don't have-
Me neither. And he's like, slow. No, it's too early. Never mind.
Welcome aboard.
Wait, he doesn't stand? No, there's no stand?
There's no stand.
Yeah, he
When they
lost
got
his
stabbed with
stand.
the spear.
He got stabbed with the spear.
Oh,
That's why
right.
he's missing that's where he lost an eye as well.
His stand was like what made him good at everything, so he wasn't good enough to keep all the companies that he'd wronged from
Right.
getting back at him anymore.
I didn't
Michael
realize
goes,
true,
you got
'cause
no
that was what
stand, you say. And he like drops a few Flaming Lips ice cubes down his back.
Why would you do that to me? I've been through enough.
Do what? I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't
yeah.
see it, but I guess you put some ice cubes down my back or something.
Where in my heart wasn't me, and he's obviously he's blatantly lying to his face.
Listen, the morality of the whole thing's irrelevant. You guys are the muscle, and I'm the human consciousness. I'm the one with self realization.
Okay, but without a stand, what the hell are you gonna even do?
I'm the guy in the chair. You know me.
I go, we don't need him. There is no benefit. Look, you have 2 minutes. I'm
I
real.
also have an invite to the auction second day.
The second day?
Oh yeah, it goes on for 3 days.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think we're Bradley's help here. Welcome aboard, buddy.
Just call me New Hayden.
I'm not gonna do that.
It was a joke, champ. That's short for champion.
Okay.
All right, we got that by now. You said that a few times.
Yeah, what do you mean? I've told you that one before? Meanwhile,
many times by now.
Meanwhile, across town, you are not having a fun time, Hayden. You've been interrogated by many people over the last couple of hours. First the police, then the FBI, then a guy in casual clothing you're sure was CIA, and now you've just been left in the interrogation room to stew in your own juices.
And I've just been repeating the same generic story. I'm like, I was on drugs. I forced my friends on drugs. I must have orchestrated it all. I was insane. That's been my story the whole time. And my intent until my friends figure shit out is to plead insanity. Maybe I've even played it up a little bit, like mumbling and talking weird. But yeah, I'm just in my jail cell, probably scratching myself because I haven't had a good bath in a while. I got used to cleaning up at Igo's place. I'm not used to the muck again.
Oh. And as the door opens again, this time it doesn't seem to be someone to interrogate. You can hear the voice of people moving around outside the room. The situation is very busy. This is a major incident. But Senator Longhorn steps in. He's holding up a bag of chips from the vending machine and a bottle of soft drink.
What's his first name?
You don't know.
Oh. I was wondering if we were on a first name basis. Longy, what's up?
Oh, I just... Seems they're not treating you well. I felt sorry for you. You seem a good kid. Well, apart from the kidnapping, but I thought you could use some sustenance. He sort of shakes his drink and chips.
Thanks, man. Yeah, those drugs must have made me do something crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, you can still see this, right? And like a little hand appears on my shoulder.
Oh, of course I can. I'm not blind yet.
Okay, perfect. And it
Despite your
disappears.
best efforts.
Look, Longhorn, I don't know what's going on, but I have a feeling that you're going to be the difference between me getting out of here and everyone ending up happy and something terrible happening to all of us. So I need you to keep concentrating, all right? Just like we've talked about before last time we met. I need you to focus yourself, all your will to fight, all your determination, and I need you to bring it out, okay?
You know, you must think that you've had it seems to me at least that you've had quite a bit of bad luck over tonight. I stopped believing in luck a long time ago. It's just some advice from me. It seems to me that there's such a thing as I don't know if I can call it destiny, but you know, just a line that you got to follow. No matter what you do, you keep just going back to it. You bungee jumping, the boing, the boing. You know, I guess that's what real superliminalism is. And as he says that, the door behind him opens, and two figures in white suits and masks enter.
What is this? Longhorn?
You really had me worried for a while, though. You kept figuring it out. But now we've got you where we want you, kid. And as you see his stand aura flare around him, and the tar monster comes out of his back and stands behind him.
This motherfucker was the stand user! Wait a minute! I want to call... Hold on, Tanhony? I want to call bullshit on this, because if he's the user, shouldn't he have looked way older when we had him kidnapped on the roof 5 hours later?
He's gaunt, I told you. He looks gaunter.
Vegas.
I've been hinted towards it.
So aging a stand would age the user too?
Yeah. Anything you do to a stand is reflected on the user.
I've been doing the voices being older since then. But I did last session.
I didn't notice. You're joking, Longhorn. So this whole time, it was you.
Of course. You really bought that story I told you about I accidentally pricked myself with the arrow? I was shitting myself when you called me out on that whole thing.
But then why? Why did we keep wanting money in a helicopter? Why didn't we just kill you if you were the villain the whole time?
Seems you were planning us. Well, you wanted a helicopter. Your friend with the assless chaps kept insisting on the money, it seemed.
Why did I want a helicopter? Why would I...
I assumed to get away.
But
you didn't tell me.
What?
You didn't tell me those things.
Okay, but why didn't we just kill you then? Why?
Seems you're intent on getting that little freak out from the auction, but you're going to be joining him, afraid. Now, I've seen your stand in action. It's useful.
Well, I don't think I'll be at your auction, because if you haven't noticed, I'm in prison, so... Haha.
That's no obstacle for us. Isn't that right, police chief?
No, he would never! Don't you dare!
He steps in. He's wearing his entire police chief outfit. He's also got one of the masks on, as if that disguises his identity.
What was his name? Grayson? Greyjoy? Greyman? What was his name? Greyman?
Xander Klaus.
Xander Klaus.
Xander Klaus Greyman, right?
Yeah.
Greyman, don't... Hey, you knew my father. You would never do this. Also, what do you mean superliminalism is about fate? Do you even know what liminalism is? It's just transitory spaces, okay? You're just using big words.
You hear muffled behind the mask. Let him go, Senator. Time for him to go to the auction.
Oh. No!
And the stand takes in a deep breath, and as it begins to roar, the session comes to a close.
I can't believe I called it. I swear, didn't I guess that at one point that he might have been the user?
It was your it's like summary story.
I don't think we guessed that it was. I don't think we guessed that it was malicious. I thought, honestly, maybe.
Yeah, I think we guessed it was independent of him or something.
I thought that it could be his stand, but he doesn't know what he's doing with it, right? Because it's an independent stand. It was acting of its own accord.
I trusted in you, Longhorn! You bastard!
That was a good like that.
Yeah,
I do like how you skirted around the auction by having us fuck up the first day and then immediately have us go and do the auction again. Because I was a little disappointed. I was like, oh man, we didn't get to do the auction. But now we're going to do the auction.
I'm calling bullshit with Gaunter. You should have had grayer hair, damn it. And been wrinkly. gaunter my ass. That just means tired.
Gone, Darnell. He was gone.
You know who else he said was gaunt? Bradley, and Bradley hasn't aged. He's just
Bradley,
starving.
For a guy like that, where he's like a multi-millionaire, for him being like fucking homeless and stuff like that is probably eaten him like 3 decades.
Damn. Tan, I'm so upset with you.
30 years.
I'm so upset with you for the age thing, but otherwise that was pretty brilliant.
That was a good session.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was worried it was going to be a bit shorter because it was like the second half of one, but I think we got some
I actually think shorter sessions are better for like videos, in my opinion. I actually think they make things more like repped. This is about an hour 20.
But as long as we keep it like punchy and stuff, which we do.
What episode number is this, by the way? Does anyone remember, so I can make the thumbnail real quick?
I have my episodes like in the sessions are not an accurate describe because I'll have like we'll do it in multiple parts, but I'll have one note for the whole thing, so I have no clue. It's episode. Let me have a look on the channel.
I'm still recording, by the way, in case you guys have anything you want to say before I close out.
I love JoJo.
Okay, so this one's 18.
Yes.
Okay, light blue. You guys are listening to me make the thumbnail live. This is crazy.
Whoa.
He's drawing it.
I can't believe we were so close to the truth.
Ken, did you have any contingency plans in order if we had, like, picked up that the senator was the stand user?
It would have become a fight there, yeah. It would have like been the conclusion. So
wouldn't have been much of a fight. He was tied up last we had him.
Well, the stand would have come out.
Yeah, well, he would have fucking split his head open like a coconut.
We should have just fucking killed him when we had the chance.
Well, that would have been it then.
Clearly, a stand coming out wouldn't have been enough to defend himself, or we wouldn't have had him tied up and begging like a bitch when we game 2.
Not gonna lie, I wanted to work in the what is this, some kind of Suicide Squad line when Bradley showed up. Like there wasn't enough time.
I was curious if you were bringing him in so I would like have someone to play, but I think it's very clear you've got me. Like you've got your own plans for me. I'm very nervous. All right, I'm gonna stop recording though. Thank you guys for watching. As always, post your theories down below. Would you have guessed it? Did you guess it? Don't lie. I'll know. Because I feel like yeah. All right.
I'll know too.
Hey, here's the real comment question. Do you guys believe in Billy and Iego as much as I do? I trust them wholeheartedly. They'll save me. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.